Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. We are live.
We are live.
All right.
And we're recording.
That's good. All right. Let's get the headphones.
How do I make this a big thing?
What do you mean?
It's so tiny.
What is so tiny?
We don't need to worry about that.
No.
Okay.
Just make sure that we're watching chat, and then this will give us notifications over there. So we're just leaving the screen open so that we can look at it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yeah, but
Leave
why?
it.
I don't like this one. There we go.
Why? What don't you like about it? You can add the chat on there too if you want. Hi everyone.
Hi. That one.
Yeah. You'll notice there's an extra fun someone with us today. This is see, now we got to turn that down all the way.
Yeah,
See, I'm sorry. I didn't think about it, but that mic is right there.
Now.
We're getting it. Okay, listen. We're actually recording a podcast already. I'm not going to edit this part out. So this is the way this works, okay? We are doing things live. We are actually live on Twitch right now. So we're going to try and do this where you guys will be able to watch eventually. But let me introduce our special guest here as soon as Kelly gets out of the way. It's not her fault, you guys. Oh, ducking down. This is the infamous, the amazing... You can say your name. I don't want to say it out loud. You say it.
Wasuji?
Wasuji. That's the thing is I don't want to give anybody's anonymity away.
Wasuji?
Yeah, check him out. He's a Twitch streamer as well. You've also messed around on Mixer?
I do.
Yeah. What game are you playing right now? What was your favorite game that you played on there?
Oh my goodness. So we've been playing a lot of The Forest lately.
Oh yeah. You were telling me about that.
So I just picked up an Oculus the other day, and well, not the other day, but a few weeks ago, and I was worried. Some of the games I was playing, they're really gimmicky. Like it's really like.
Yeah. Look behind you.
It's the same. It's the same game that you see on the monitor, but 3D. But
oh heck yeah.
We played The Forest, and The Forest is incredible in VR. It's better than the original game.
That's awesome. Like when it elevates it.
Yeah, it makes it like a much more intense experience.
Nice.
So you're playing like you're. Are you familiar with the game?
It's like immersive.
I don't think she is. I've seen some screen clips once you sent me.
So it's like you are crash landed on an island, and you're surrounded by mutant cannibals. And
excellent.
It's so much fun.
All I can say, mutants in a forest.
Yeah, it's great.
Stranded on an island.
Once I played Social VR Casino Club, I can see where VR is going to go.
Yeah.
It's incredible how it takes like 10-15 minutes of time to really get like used to it.
Yeah, it's like that Ready Player One feel though. Is that what you're talking about?
It's like the controls. Once you get the controls down, it feels like you're there. Like there's games like poker, blackjack, and you just sit around like a table, but it's like you're there.
You're there.
Right.
You're there with a buddy who's miles away.
You're looking at other people as they're talking.
Sure.
And it's like
that's
I can
crazy.
see.
Oh
my thing is like I want to create a decorating business where my sole job is like dedicating your house's rooms to VR. Because that's what's going to happen, right? Everybody's going to have a room.
Yes.
That's specifically, gridded out like on Community in Abed's room. Like
it's
like
so weird because we were also trying out big screen beta, and they have some like 3D drawing tools, and drawing in 3D is incredible.
Doesn't it feel more like real? Like it feels like you're actually graffitiing.
You're drawing, and you can draw like a spiral around your head, and it's like you see like the streaks of like color going this way and like wrapping around and seeing something.
Mind blowing.
There's some really cool things happening right now, like on that EDM circuit, like people like doing all the like trippy house music still, where there's actually artists that are there with their VR setups, like doing live painting while this is going on, while they're doing mixes and stuff. That's what's cool to me is when you see these arts like melding together. That's crazy.
I think it's going to be really big in the next couple years. Once they fix the ergonomics, because it is something where it's uncomfortable to wear for long periods of time.
Yeah, you gotta make it feel like it's like you're not wearing it at all.
Especially if you have glasses.
I didn't even think of that.
Fogs up your glasses.
Because your face is getting all
you're
sweaty.
sealed in with this
Sure.
face mask, and it gets hot, and you start sweating, and you can still feel the cords. Like that's the other thing, is
That
once
one
it goes,
like the back
The
of your
weight
neck.
and everything, yeah.
Once it goes wireless and they improve the feel of it,
Mm-hmm.
and they bring it down to an affordable level for
Right.
most people.
Yeah.
Well, first they have to sell it at a level that's obscene to the common consumer, so that they can get it off the ground.
Like DVD players.
Right.
Like the $500
Yes, exactly.
DVD player, which is my go-to.
Yes, they
like,
need to
you
sell
guys
a couple of
remember when
$500
yeah.
DVD players before they can offer the $195 or $130.
Yeah,
DVD
that's the
player.
Oculus. You
Yeah.
know, that's what they're getting to. So when you got that, like, what was your impetus in buying it? Like, what was the thing that finally set you off?
RDDOLL2.
Oh, can I get you make burping contest?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, see, let's not devolve this, okay? Listen, I got people here we're gonna talk to. We don't need to be doing just burps, man. But we can do it if you want. I'm not gonna make it my whole night. I could do that all night. By the way,
You told me to pay attention to the chat.
Yeah, and you did. You got it.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to
I see. I think like I should be in that mic too. That way we can get it live on the podcast. When I get a little burpy, I'll feel it. I'll feel it out. Okay, that's the proper way to do it. I don't know. Oh, did we get cut off live?
I think we got cut off live.
No.
I don't
come
know.
on.
What
It says reconnecting. That means we did. Yeah, we did for a second, but hopefully we don't have that keep happening.
Trying to hold on to my burp.
Something wrong with the internet then. So that's on a delay.
Yeah,
so
you're dropping frames quite a bit.
yeah, that's weird. I don't understand why, because I have it set pretty damn low. Yeah, no, dropped frames. It's keep on dropping frames.
Oh, the delay is getting.
All right, hold on, stop it. Don't you mess with that. Just give me a second here. We can do.
So yeah.
So that's awesome.
I'm still trying to
build it up.
Well, I'm trying to keep it from escaping.
Oh god. Yeah. I see. Look at that. That's pretty good. I have no idea what my output is though. There we go. Streaming. See, look at that. 3,500. That's not bad. We'll drop it down just a little bit, just to make sure. Just listen. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if this is cutting out on you in the middle of our burping contest.
I'm trying to hold on.
Don't
hold on.
Look, I'm jiggling the camera too. You guys are getting like a little jiggle. We're getting some double Joe head action. I know, but I'm thinking about the podcast too, and then I'll have to edit it. Oh, I'm okay with that. Actually, it's not a problem. But thank you for being part of this, Joe. I love you so much. So VR. What I was asking was like what was the thing that sold you on it finally? Like where you're like, I'm buying a headset.
It was really more of just like, I have to see it. I have to see it. And it's one of those things where you can see people playing, like they'll stream VR streams. And you don't, like, you really don't understand it until you actually play it.
Sure.
Like you can see people doing Beat Saber and whatnot, but until you're actually in the game, like you don't really understand what it feels like to be in it.
It's so immersive that like I don't think anyone gets the idea until they're actually in it.
Until you actually try it. Like
Well, so we went to the Midwest Gaming Conference in Milwaukee on a really, really terrible weather day.
So dangerous. Almost died.
But it was really exciting. We got to go into a room where there were all these brand new video game developers, and some of them had VR headsets. And so they're like, okay, so you put this on, and you're absolutely right. I mean, the games that we tested out while we were there, it just absolutely immersive. And of course, the games that we were trying it out on were like, it was like a scary game. Like you're in a creepy house, and you can only see like,
boo, it's behind you.
Your flashlight only extends like 5 feet in front of you, so you have to keep walking forward. And so I'm like there's a button that you hold down to like progress forward, and so I'm like, because I'm terrified that at any moment something's gonna pop out and surprise me.
No, that's good. That means that's working.
But it's great. That's what I mean by like it's so immersive that it's like I'm there, I'm feeling it.
See, I get creeped out a little bit by that though, because I immediately go into that Black Mirror part of it, like where I'm like, how long until this is too real? and then we don't know that we're in a reality anymore.
That's the concept of that episode, right?
The Matrix part of it is like, I'm okay with us playing video games in a new way. What I'm not okay with is a little bit of that Ready Player One part.
Yeah.
If it becomes so, like,
ubiquitous that it's
Yeah.
it's
You're
everywhere.
gigantic.
and that's all we can do. We're not worried about. Oh man, we're dropping again. That's bad. Listen. Oh no, it's just on there. Maybe it's just having a hard time keeping up. I'm okay.
Well, maybe
with
we
that.
don't need to be full screen.
There you go.
Oofda.
Oofda. It's okay. It's because like Seth is probably upstairs on a thing.
That's true.
Everyone else is on a thing. There's probably 3 Netflix going in the house
So
somewhere.
I'm gonna
You're good.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
one
no.
less.
I like it. But I want to get into some other stuff. So let's get into this. Okay. Uh, we should decide now. I'm going to give you until we're done doing the podcast.
Okay.
But we should decide what game you would like to play after we're done with the podcast portion
Oh my
on the
goodness.
Twitch. So get that in your head.
Okay.
If you
We've
want
got-
to do, you can do a solo game, or if you'd like
Yes.
to do a multiplayer.
It is
we can-
perfectly fine for us to
participate.
watch. Do
But
not
yeah.
keep in mind the multiplayer aspect of it.
I really want to try that game, that Dragon's Crown game.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Totally
So-
doable.
Absolutely.
We'll set you up with your own character. Even we'll get you. Even if I gotta make a some sort of like maybe a save file or something, we can do that.
I was showing the stills of the game, the
Dragon's Crown itself.
right, yeah, the game itself. I was showing that to a coworker, and he's commenting on the exaggerated proportions of all the characters.
So busty. Now wait.
busty.
So have you played any other Atlas games though? Then, or is that one of your first? Like, have you played Odin Sphere at all? Did you play that while that was out on the PS2, or the Disgaea? I know you found my Disgaea.
Yeah, I have that game. Atlas is releasing a lot of their games out onto Steam right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Have they done that Matsushima or whatever it's called, the one that was for the Wii, like Demon Soul Blade or something? I think it was called. I forget. It
possibly.
was another gorgeous game though.
I haven't checked. I know they're releasing Shenmue on PC.
Yeah. And they're putting it out on PS4.
And they're
I'm
putting it
thinking.
on Yakuza as well. That's coming out for
The original Yakuza.
Correct.
That's what they're doing with the Shenmue. They're doing like 1 and 2, I think, on like a disc for the PS4. It's only like $29.99.
Only.
Listen, that's a steal for that game. You know how expensive that game is to find?
Yeah.
Originally for like either Dreamcast or
Yeah.
whatever, just to be able to play it. I love that game.
The first one's good.
Yeah, second one's garbage. I'm not gonna lie.
The second
It's probably
one has
one of the
the
worst
most-
games ever.
Anticlimactic ending I've ever experienced in a game.
I just put how many hours into this for what?
You climb, you climb 100 floors in the tower to fight a boss, and then it's like, okay, now we're gonna have you walk
Yeah.
for an hour and a half in the Chinese countryside, doing absolutely nothing except hopping from stone to stone, and like, okay, I'm glad. this
It
is
looks
where this is-
pretty though.
It does.
Doesn't it look gorgeous?
It does. I gotta give
It's all about balance.
That's right.
So think about that. This will be an interesting one because I think Kelly doesn't know a lot about this because she's not a part of our gaming sessions, you see.
Oh,
So I'm going to ask him about a man named Gregor Stein. Kelly.
Gregor Stein.
Gregor Stein, infamous, by the way, as far as role-playing goes. I had no idea the thick lure I was walking into when I signed up and started playing some role-playing with you guys.
So
You've got to be careful because you are leaning into
I'm trying not to.
disappearing from your frame
terrible.
into ours.
All right, just keep watching me. Make sure.
So
You're, it's fine.
Gregor Stein.
Gregor Stein.
You're immense. You see
We were-
yourself.
We were discussing Gregor Stein and what Gregor Stein, like how Gregor Stein is, earlier this week.
Mhm.
We came up with the idea that perhaps Gregor Stein is like a life force. It's like when one Gregor Stein is imprisoned, another is set free at the exact same time.
This is the
So there's
dichotomy of the
always
universe.
a
There's
Gregor
always at
Stein.
least one.
There's always one Gregor Stein that's just being released from prison as another is being put into prison.
Now, is that something that just keeps happening randomly, like because it's a
Like, as
common
one's
trope?
getting put into prison, does he, like, rub his hands together? He's like, you can lock me up, but there's another one getting out right
it's
now.
just-
I
it's
don't
like
think
a-
they're aware of each other.
It's like a doll that he just the body just slumps over.
Like a Pinocchio,
Yeah.
just
And then another one is like,
I'm a real boy now.
Get up.
So the last Gregor Stein was a gnome?
A halfling.
A halfling. A tiny
So,
guy.
The original Gregor Stein was a human fighter, or a human barbarian, rather. We were doing a high-level campaign for it, and I just had to come up with some name. I'm like, all right, Gregor Stein, whatever. And
like you do.
Like you do.
Sure.
Good old Uncle Gregor Stein.
Gregor Stein. So the flavor for that
Someone
character...
says you smell.
Shut up, you crazy.
You smell. You crazy.
Gregor Stein's original character had a ring that made him look weak and old.
Yeah.
Like
that
frail.
This was my favorite part of all this because I didn't even know about this. But
so he's like 18 strength, and he's like this frail old man who would
crotchety.
So there'd be people trying to open doors, doing strength checks, and they can't. They're struggling, and then this old man is like, let me get that for you.
I got it.
Nice.
So then the second one I just kept the name, but I did a random generation for his backstory, and he was imprisoned 3 separate times in the random generation.
Yeah. Random. Real random.
Jeez.
Not a prison.
He gets out, he got caught by slavers, was sold back into slavery, was thrown back in prison, escaped again, thrown back into prison, escaped again.
It's real Clint Eastwood in the Alcatraz, this guy.
The third time, it was like he got released to help some lord recover some artifact. And then the lord
as we all do,
and put him back in prison.
Listen, we're just trying to get some gold and some experience, and we fall prey to the richest of the realm.
This is the United States. It's pretty close to a fascist state.
Oh God, yeah, no, for real. It's getting scarier every day. Listen,
you're safe, over there, but not here.
Yeah.
The front line.
Good luck.
Yeah,
good luck if you can get it.
Comedy friends getting their Twitter accounts shut down on them for months at a time because they said the wrong thing. They posted the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They commented on the wrong thing. And directed that comment to the wrong person.
Well, then we could go on this path because we were talking about this a little bit. We didn't know anything about the James Gunn. I knew nothing about James Gunn. You were telling me about it. I'm going to have to look it up now because the James Gunn. But you're saying that these were tweets that went back to 2008? They're just digging?
They're just digging.
Earned.
And it's funny because from what I heard, the guy who
he doesn't abide to our rules. He's an earned.
Oh boy. Is this Jacrazy again?
Yeah, it's Jacrazy.
Who is Jacrazy? Where are you from, Jacrazy? Do you know where Jacrazy's from?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
right
let
on.
Jacrazy explain.
Okay.
Jacrazy, you explain where you're from as we ask another question here. I want to get into, and this is because I specifically go to you for opinions when it comes to these matters. Okay. And that's, what is your favorite?
Outside opinion.
Yeah. Because these cost a lot of money sometimes. Let's just get into it. What's your favorite Japanese RPG?
I don't know if it's my favorite, but the one that springs to mind immediately is Xenogears.
Ooh, yeah. You have told me about that several times.
I love that game. It's you can see what they were planning for. It was released before it was finished, so they had to hurry up and finish the second. It's 2 discs. First disc, great. Second disc, still good, but you can see that everything is condensed down, and most of it's told through just either cutscene or just text going through.
Oh no!
But it's a lot of fun.
Exposition.
Yes. Noble Queen.
Oh, noble Queen Moshe.
Oh no! But she's saying that it's really hard to hear us.
Oh no! Let me get on that here. Maybe it's because I'm not standing.
Well, we're
close
kind
enough to the
of far from the microphone.
But you know what? I can also check the levels on the microphone. I have it down pretty low. Good. Thank you.
We appreciate the note.
Yeah, there we go.
Always willing to.
Let's try that. That's probably way better. Without popping us off the charts here, I don't want to get too much in the red here. There you go. All right. Ha. Better? Oh, way too loud. Sorry.
That's way too. So sorry.
All right.
Much. She says much better.
Thank you. Otherwise, I would never know. Let me get. I'll actually check in here shortly on the channel.
Check.
I'm never good at it. I like to be in the moment. You know, Xenogears. Back to it.
Xenogears, yes.
What is like? So it only had one game. It never got a sequel, right? It was just.
He's also slightly drunk, so we should ignore mistakes. Drunk. He misspelled drunk the first time, but
beautiful.
I extrapolated.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's for PlayStation 2, right?
PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Or maybe even PlayStation 1 now that I think about it. But
oh man.
The spiritual sequel, not a true sequel, is the Xenosaga games, which they're actually prequels to the game.
No, yeah. But those are the it just basically follows that's the one thing I don't know about it is like what is the main storyline? Like so is it based on like kids fighting in Japan somewhere, I'm guessing, or
so for example in Katamari Damacy,
yeah, we
the
all
young
know what the
child
point
looks
of
out
that
the
is.
window and sees terrible things happening in the sky,
Right.
and
oh my god.
Yeah.
So it follows the story of a dude named Faye who starts off as a painter in a village. His village gets destroyed.
Oh.
And the twist is that he's the one who destroys his village. Because
What a twist!
He gets into a fighting machine, a mecha, if you will.
Oh fuck yeah! So it's like mech fighters?
Yeah.
Yes,
Switches
all
between
day.
like your party members fighting and you know, and then you go into your mechs as well.
Oh my god. That's what I want. Oh yeah, we're way better sounding now. I'm listening, guys. We sound
excellent.
much better.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Okay.
That's
beautiful.
that was the priority.
I
to
can
me
hear everyone
personally.
properly. Yeah, okay.
That's good.
We're good.
So yeah, Xenogears. If you haven't played it, check it out. Great game. Great story for it. Soundtrack is great.
That's the other part of it.
That's
a
important because
huge
you
part
don't
of
want to
Japanese
be
RPGs.
Yeah.
It helps sell it because you're sitting here doing how much grinding is it? Is it a heavy grinder?
It's not too
like...
bad. It's the very end dungeon is a slog, but the rest of it isn't too bad.
See, I'm okay with that. Even if the last quarter of the game is like brutal.
Yeah.
It's the lead because man, I tried playing Final Fantasy 15, and then I started to realize that okay, now the grinding begins.
Yeah.
I can't.
And
I
now,
can't do this.
it's a huge part of it because if I'm not into it, like Kingdom Hearts is easy to grind. I'm okay with it because the whole time I'm having fun.
Right.
And it's never.
I would argue that's like a supportive grind. Like they're, you know.
It is.
It's like a Final Fantasy game for people who are not as maybe familiar with the Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
They're playing it more for its association with its parent entity more than its appreciation for the style of the game that provides.
Well, just the fact that it's actually like a beat 'em up. It's a little bit of a slug.
Yes.
Like you're doing some actual action here that corresponds. It's not turn based.
Right.
Which makes it a little bit more fun for me. Like because turn based sometimes. You're not all as cool as Final Fantasy VII, and I'm not gonna put the time in. Like,
right.
Have you seen this Octopath Traveler? Came out for the Switch just recently. Apparently, and I'll show you some pictures before you leave here of it. It just looks gorgeous, but it's like a 16-bit game that is like an actual like 3D scroller. So your character is a little 16-bit sprite going across some extremely nicely painted versions of 16-bit art.
Dragon Crown, yeah.
So like not Dragon Crown. No.
Sorry.
I'm talking about Octopath.
Oh, I've never played Octopath.
But it has the storyline part of it is where all the stories kind of mix and mingle together, but you can play as 8 different characters and go through the entire story as 8 different people. And then it kind of interweaves them apparently. It looks amazing. How dare you mock me to a camera? I can do it too. But it seemed like a really cool game, especially to have on the Switch because it's such an easy portable game to have. Yeah. So I was looking at that.
I will keep an eye out for it.
It just looks visually goddamn awesome. I love it. Okay. Have you? I don't know if you figured this out yet. I think you did. Okay. What was the last movie that you saw in the theaters, Joe?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah. Let's
all right.
talk about it.
Regrets?
No.
No
Good feelings?
regrets?
Excellent.
No.
Good.
Better than the original, in my opinion.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, that's a compliment.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good movie.
They definitely did a lot of interesting things with the growing and the shrinking thing.
And that's...
I've seen that on the trailers. Like, you got the cars doing shit now, and like...
It's like a vast improvement over the original.
Awesome.
Nice.
How much in it is Michael Douglas? Is Michael Douglas in the movie very much, or no?
He's in it.
I just want to know how good he's feeling.
He's probably in it like 30% of the movie. He shows up as the movie goes on. He's in it more and more.
Good. Just because they had this actor come in and be a part of that franchise, and I'm like, this is a really good actor.
Yeah.
I want to see him and get more of the like him going in as the
Sure.
Ant-Man like clips. That was what was really cool.
Yeah.
So they definitely got into. Did they get into the micro a little bit more, like the actual like quantum?
They did. In fact, that's a big part of the entire story.
Well,
okay.
there's apparently somebody comes through from the quantum thing or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it, and they did a lot of interesting things with the whole setup, like that whole idea of like you can grow and shrink things just by
Yeah.
switches here and there.
So wait, did they leave it open? Obviously they did. They want more of this. Did they have like a after post credit scene?
They did. They had 2.
Okay.
You could spoil it. People have already seen it. What did they have?
Spoiling Ant-Man and the Wasp. Spoiling Ant-Man and the Wasp for anyone who hasn't seen it.
It's okay, stick around. Stick around after the credits. There's fun stuff sometimes.
So the first after credit scene is them going back to the quantum realm to pick up some particles from there.
Oh.
And as
fuel.
As Ant-Man is in that realm, you know, the whole thing with the end of Infinity War is happening.
The Thanos circumstance, sure.
We get to see the snap in his scenario.
Quantum circumstance.
Oh.
So you see what, why it's not. It doesn't explain why he wasn't there during the whole situation, but.
It sort of justifies, like, he was sort of preoccupied when all that was going down.
It's dustiness, right? Just a little bit, a little bit of that dust.
Vague.
Yeah.
So, it's a question of whether or not he wasn't affected.
Thank you. We're glad that you don't care about spoilers.
He was in the quantum realm, or if it was just he was lucky.
Yeah. Was it because he was there that nothing happened?
Oh, then he survived the whole.
Yes.
It could be.
Well, now, because they were saying...
Here's the thing about the soul gem. Is the soul gem a quantum item? And are all the people that are in the fucking soul gem technically in the quantum realm?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Stark. I'm not feeling so good.
Heartbreaking.
We'll find out.
Yeah. That's cool. So, worth seeing in the theater?
Absolutely.
All right. Absolutely. Good. Because that's one of the ones on my list. I still got to take the kid to go see Incredibles 2.
We got a lot of it, yeah. Our list is long, and our funds are not abundant. So.
It's like $40 fucking. That's why I ask this question all the time.
It's just a hard.
I want to know because we saw Jurassic Park. We did a whole podcast where we shit on it. It was fun. It's just my main argument now. From now on, when it comes into a movie, is would I do that? And guess what?
Right.
No,
a lot of it is it's the would I that's the whole difficulty with the suspension of disbelief for me with that whole movie is the second that they bring up the fact that like all the previously deceased dinosaurs have been recreated on this island, which had been thought a dormant volcano, which has now suddenly become unexpectedly active. And we have to go save the previously extinct dinosaurs from secondary extinction. Like,
that's kind of the premise of the whole entire thing.
I'm good.
Why wouldn't you, if they're dead, you've already recreated them, just recreate them a third time?
It's
fair.
Their assets.
Absolutely fair. Yeah, their argument is like, how long does it take for the asset for the dinosaur?
It's Blue. Blue is the whole entire fucking premise, and that's the shittiest part.
So Chris Pratt's character is the trainer of the Raptor Blue. And
You don't
that's
need to
the
tell
whole...
them. Nobody needs to
I guess
know
nobody
this.
needs to know this.
You don't need to know. You
Supposed to
already
be a
know.
very smart dinosaur, and they want to use the DNA from that
They do some
dinosaur
stupid shit
to
where he's
do
like
a
a
new
baby.
fancy designer dinosaur, a designer dino.
Here's the fun part. It turns into fucking Resident Evil 2 at one point, and we're in Raccoon City. But with dinosaurs, dude. I'm not even joking. There's a whole thing where it's in a mansion, and there's fucking T-Rex in a mansion.
Is there a survival horror with dinosaurs?
Yeah, Dino Crisis.
That's
Yes,
what it was.
yes.
Dino Crisis.
I wish it was Dino Crisis.
Well, maybe
Then I'd
Jurassic
play
World is aiming for like the Dino Crisis genre now. Maybe they're just like, let's go look. Because here's the, spoilers.
That's actually very possible.
Here's the thing: is that at the end of that movie, dinosaurs just are loose.
Yeah.
In the world,
It ends.
in
it
general,
essentially ends like Lost World did, where they're just kind of
They're out.
out.
Oh, they should let the dinosaurs die like they let the franchise die.
Oh,
Hey, let
Got
the
him.
franchise die.
Got
Crazy,
him.
you so crazy.
Oh, you're crazy.
All right, well, yeah. So movies are fun,
But
guys.
Chris
Don't
Pratt.
spend all the money. Okay. Oh god.
Is that not enough of a reason?
If some people it is, you're one of those people.
He's
Let's-
in other things.
Let's talk about Go, because Go is something that's very important to you. Not so much anymore, or do you still play? Do you
I
get
don't
a chance?
play. I don't play as much. One of the big things, the big thing that happened was AI finally beat a human player, which was a huge milestone for AI, but it killed all interest in the game. Like,
Wow.
you used to be able to go on some of the English Go servers, and you'd have 400 some people on.
Wow.
Games all over the place, and then you have a computer beat people, and it's dead.
Now there's nobody.
There's nobody on those servers anymore, and I shouldn't say there's nobody,
Yikes.
but like it really killed the whole scene. Like it killed the whole interest, because you know that no matter how much you study,
Practice
how
or
much you practice
prepare.
and play,
A machine can beat you now.
yeah, and you have no idea whether you're playing a person
Or a machine.
or a machine on the other side.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about it. The people sitting out with like a separate window open.
Yeah.
People do that all the time on chess. I
Actually,
assume.
Noble Quimosh. I can't even.
Gosh, it's Noble Quimo Shabazz Bay.
Thank you. Not even interested in watching humans play chess anymore.
Well, if you were interested before, I give you props.
Now,
but-
see, I was genuinely interested, and I'm gonna tell you right now, even in the chess world, when I was watching like Russian dudes play computers like Deep Blue.
Well,
Like-
it's the engagement of the intensity on their face and the amount of.
See, that's not what it is.
Forethought.
For me, it's watching what the fucking computer's gonna do because I know enough. I want to know how ballsy
I like
is this
seeing
computer
sweat.
right now.
I mean, it's the program. The Google created an incredible program, but it's funny because people don't realize how brittle it is. So it's like it's super good at playing.
The quality of the program
Go?
is only
Are you talking about
as
Go?
infallible as the programmer who programmed it.
Well, not just that. So
it's as fallible as human beings.
right. So the first iteration was them just playing.
Crazy loves him some chess. Checkmate.
So that one was just them, the game studying like millions of different human games.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second iteration is called AlphaGo Zero, and that learned just from playing playing the first AlphaGo, and it's stronger than that one.
That's even more horrible because then it's like that what was that fucking Google Docs thing like where they was talking to each other and then creating meme language.
Right.
Like
It
go
was-
fuck yourself. Ha ha LOL. It's like
Right.
meanwhile it's in code. I'm gonna take
Oh,
over the
God.
world, burn the humans to forever.
The thing is though is that if you take a human player and you say, okay, we're going to change the board size to 21 by 21.
Mm-hmm.
Program breaks. It can't handle that.
But a human can.
A human can easily.
Yeah.
You change the rule set to some like obscure rule set.
But that's
the
because this is
adaptability
the
part.
most advanced PC we can't even begin to study.
Right. So people forget that it's like, yes, this program is better than any human being could ever be at this particular instance of this
It's
game.
a very narrow scope of quality.
Right. But anybody else, any professional player will be able to pick up a new rule set, a different board size, and be
Proficient.
Maybe not as strong as they are in that specific instance, but they will be vastly superior to any computer program.
I'm okay with. it sucks though that the community has kind of died off.
Yeah.
Because that's a problem for Go. Period.
Yes. It really needs what boosted the first wave. Like when I first started playing it, there was a big wave of incoming kids off of Hikaru no Go. So everybody wanted to become a professional player. Everybody, you had huge influx, and not just in the U.S., but Japan, Korea,
Worldwide,
China.
Really, yeah.
Except that no one ever does that.
What?
Go doesn't change like that. Oh, Go never does. She's commenting. Go never does that. Go doesn't change like that.
Doesn't change like what?
I guess like.
It changes like a lot. Isn't there's like different variations of Go all over the place.
I'm not gonna get into that internet argue over the fact there's a.
I learned about 3 years ago not to get into Go arguments on the internet.
There's the largest Go tournament is called the Ing.
Yeah.
Board sizes ?
Board sizes? Sure. There's board size changes. There's 13x13. There's 9x9. There's multiple board sizes.
So what is the one that the Go computer actually like?
19x19.
19x19.
That's the standard. So they're going to go to 21x21? Probably not. But they could go to a different rule set, which happens all the time. Specific tournaments like the Ing tournament uses their own specific rule set that allows for things that other rule sets don't, like suicide.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yes.
Fair. I don't know.
So
this dude knows about Go. I don't know if you know this.
A lot about Go.
Knows about Go.
yeah. So.
But that's interesting, though. To me personally, I just want to know that like the game itself will not die, because it's a game like chess.
That's hard to. You don't want the community to be lost essentially to the.
Yeah, Japan. It's still pretty popular.
Prominent.
There's Japan and Korea, of course. In Asia, it's a game that's been around for thousands of years.
Okay.
It'll be around for
as
long as we.
That's all I want. I just want to be able to maintain itself and like stay a thing, because it doesn't make any sense for it not to.
It's like chess.
Yeah.
Chess
okay.
is still.
It'll kind of like just hit the ages of where everybody teaches their kid to play chess and.
I don't know. We've already failed.
Seth doesn't.
Yeah, Wasuji was already trying to get me to do this when he was like 3. That's prime age. We get him into it. We get him down.
We could still do it.
He knows chess. Chess he does know.
It's a challenge to try and engage all of his interests, and when he has so many that he has interests outside of what we've exposed him to.
Yeah.
So then it's engaging the interests, the interests separate from what we've tried to introduce.
Oh no, you don't have to worry about that sometimes. You just worry
he's
about
fully
the
engaged.
important part. Right now, Fortnite is such a huge thing. So have you played Fortnite at all?
Yeah.
And what are you playing on the PC?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you enjoy yourself?
That's an interesting question.
Right? Were there parts of it that you enjoyed?
Sure.
You get why there's so many people playing.
Of course.
Because I got it. I get why. I, however, have absolutely no fucking interest.
Yeah, I don't like Fortnite. Other people do.
Yeah.
And that's why I play it, is because other people like playing it.
Yeah.
But it is... Yeah, it's just not interesting.
See, now the thing I haven't done is I haven't given it the time to actually go through and play any of the story mode stuff. Or not story mode, but like all the other options.
Sure.
Like, save the world or whatever it's called. With like
but you gotta
zombies and
pay
stuff.
for that. Like,
yeah, that's the problem. Is that a lot of people are just playing it for free.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy one battle pass though, which is essentially just $10,
Sure.
which
Nope. We have a long comment here.
uh-oh. No.
Joe knows who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not some troll. Joe DeGan, number 1.
Nightbot gives Sunny. I love you, Nobo. Listen, that's just a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. That's from the Uncle Joe show. That's where I met Nobel Quimo El Shabazz.
I have no interest in battle royale games whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
see, that's
we understand.
now. Here's my
Very
thing.
trendy
Is that it
thing,
is
young
a thing that
people.
could definitely have something in the back of my brain. Like I think about it and I'm like, it is a very interesting way of like doing a game. The whole aspect of having 100 people versing each other.
Right.
Now for me, I want to do puzzle stuff. I want to do puzzles like
something more psychologically engaging, like a concept I have to wrap my head around. Although I do love a good beat 'em up.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the footage
Mindless
for
smashing.
what is it? Fallout 76?
Yes.
Okay, so like that appeals to me. Why?
Mm.
There's like only tens of hundreds of people. Maybe they're talking about keeping the groups down very, very low.
Right.
But then there's this aspect of like, hey, if you find
nuke.
nuclear codes,
Mm.
you can blow everybody up,
Codes.
including. But then if you have a hazmat suit ready or some shit, you can go actually over there and then get resources because you blew it up. It's not just like a reason to like end the world. There's actually resources to be gained by doing so. That part of it takes it a little bit farther out. Like after I die, where do we go from here?
Right.
This, like 76. If somebody blows me up, do I lose all my shit? I just built this house. I spent 6
Worked
months.
so hard for all the crap.
Yeah. That is what I want to see. I want to see where it goes from there, because then we get into the aspect of like the stuff that I love about role playing. How far out are we from like I understand Minecraft already has this where people can visit somebody else's pre-generated world that they made or whatever, a dungeon they may have created. That's what I want. I want the open world game where everybody's fucking around and everybody's self-made shit, and then we get to see how long you survive.
Yeah.
Like a boss battle. You know what I mean? Like you create your own like that card game.
You know
Boss
what I'd love?
Monster.
You know what I'd love to see is like a game you could play where you create like a scenario of like a mystery that when other people log in, they have to figure out how to solve the mystery that you created.
Oh, like a dinner. You're talking about like a dinner.
Not necessarily like a dinner.
Like Clue?
Mystery. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't worry about what I'm saying.
No,
I like that.
I like it.
Hello, sad panda face.
Oh, hello, sad panda face. Games that make me
Oh, kill him.
What?
That sinks so much time before you get to access the content.
That's
fair,
the worst
absolutely.
one. The worst one is now we have to deal with this thing where we buy a $60 game, and then we have to pay $30 more to unlock.
We don't have
the
all the
rest
content
of the game
that we were supposed to get when we bought the game in the first place.
Now,
Because
you
there's
see,
unlockable content.
You've avoided that for a long time, though. You don't have any consoles right now, do you?
No.
Yeah. See that? I feel like that is solely who that comes down on.
Yeah, it's the purchasers of the physical game IRL that then have to pay.
Well, it's the Xbox Marketplace is where it started.
Sure.
Like to me, that's where it started. Like because there wasn't some dude charging me money for a T-shirt for a fucking
horse
Xbox.
armor.
Yeah.
Essentially.
My horse armor. What does it do? Nothing. It just makes my horse look cool. What?
Doesn't
How much
protect my
did you
horse
spend on
from.
this? $3.95. Like what is going on?
Well, now you get to beta test for the companies as well.
For the horse armor.
That's the other
you
part
get
of
to
it.
pay to beta test for them.
How exciting!
But that's I feel
Get
like
in on
that's,
the ground floor, guys.
I'll do that. I'll do it. And the only reason why I'll do it is because I want to know if it's worth spending the money on. Because that is a very interesting part of beta. Is because we get to see a lot of flaws, and sometimes it's not good. We're sinking whole companies based on shitty beta runs.
Yeah.
Which is
And just Paytown games are just dumb. That doesn't work.
Yeah. It's
Crazy.
I mean, the Fortnite part of it, like where because. Like I said, I haven't spent any money on myself.
I hate the concept of like, oh, it's a free game. Oh, but also if you want this,
Meanwhile, my kid's going, I can't be a no-skin noob, Dad.
Oh my gosh!
So
what? He won his first battle royale. So his uncle agreed that when he did that, he would buy him a skin.
And solos, not 50-50s.
Wow.
Solos, right.
And here's
So he
what
had to send a screenshot of like, see, look,
Yeah.
I did the thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, oh man, now I actually have to buy the skin.
Yeah, get ready, Josh. You heard me. You owe my son some V-Bucks.
Wow.
Wait, so now this is interesting because I've never been here before. Korea.
Yeah.
Right? You went to South Korea.
Yeah.
How was that? Because I'm sure that
Amazing.
changed your world.
Yeah, it was amazing. It is. People are super friendly. They don't speak a lick of English.
Nobody?
Nobody speaks a lick of English.
What about people in the service industry? Even like restaurateurs or like any shop owners?
See,
Nothing?
I think that's a cultural thing that we've gotten accustomed to because
of
there's
Europe?
things that we visit, there's places that we visit on a regular basis, and because we as English-speaking Americans who are allegedly incapable of learning other languages, we go there and they learn just enough to accommodate us.
Yeah.
Because they want our money, and that's
Right.
I appreciate that. I want to give you my money. I just want an enjoyable experience to accompany. That's all.
I would get an occasional hello from somebody.
Huh.
And I'd be like, oh, hey, how are you doing? And they'd be like,
No. Hello was all I knew. Look.
Hello. I
That's
only
also
know how to
happened,
say
buddy.
hello, and that is it. Please do not engage me further.
yeah, it was a great experience.
Was there a particular how did they? Was there an accent to the way they said hello, or was when I say for example when I say hola como está, I appreciate that I sound
No,
the way I sound.
Obviously, it's clear they don't talk to English speakers. So Japan, I'm sure, has a larger population who interacts with people. Who
Can socially engage and converse.
But I don't think. I mean, I was in Seoul, so
Yeah.
the major capital city.
Sure.
And I met one person who spoke English, and he was from the States as well.
That's
visiting.
awesome.
So it was like
you and me, buddy. You and me.
It's like, oh, hey, how you doing? It's like, oh, hey,
Please.
You speak our language.
It was
Did he speak any Korean?
Yeah, he's Korean.
Oh, that's
awesome.
okay. So he was able to sort of bridge that
Right.
gap to a certain degree, but he sounds like
Right.
alleviated to meet another English speaking.
So it was like we met up outside of Seoul. There's a big mountain range. We went climbing
Fun.
one day, and in the tour guide it says moderate fitness is required.
Moderate.
We were climbing cliffs on chains.
Oh my god!
It's like,
Well, no, that's an interesting perspective on the
So wait, moderate in
the
America
definition
is
of
a
things
change?
like easy and moderate and what would be the
I don't know what
I don't want to
it's
know.
like.
That's the level I can't achieve.
Yeah, they don't give you chains at that point. You just have
They're
to
like, you
scale
fly.
it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
sprout
yeah.
wings and you just
They
fly
give
to
you
the
a
top.
chalk bag.
Yeah.
That's it.
Climb.
Good luck. Yeah.
It was
Intermediate difficulty.
Right.
Oh my god.
So we were,
No thanks.
I was walking up and he was walking down, and it was just like, oh, hey, how you doing? And he's like, oh, where are you from? "Oh, Chicago," and just checking back and forth.
That's kind of
That's
cool,
awesome,
though.
man.
Yeah.
That's a neat experience.
Did you
there.
notice any weird? And this is because when I was in Spain, I noticed a huge difference in just social norms,
Yes.
how people reacted and talked to
Yes.
each other,
Yes,
old
absolutely.
men sitting outside talking and
The
shooting
subway,
shit.
silent.
Were
Nobody is talking. On
there lines for each car
Yeah.
when it's busy? Right, that's the thing.
So another thing that reminds me of is during the day, the city is empty.
Whoa.
Everybody's working. There's nobody
That's
walking
wild.
in the streets.
And you're not there for a job, so
No,
you're just
so I'm just walking
this is a
around.
ghost town.
And you might see the occasional person walking here. and
Well,
there.
I'm sure you go into a restaurant and they're just,
That's so disorienting.
Oh.
But nighttime, the streets are packed with people.
Well,
Packed.
wow, that's wild.
They're burning the
It
candle
sounds
at
like
both
San
ends.
Diego.
Yeah,
They
that's
burn the
exactly
candle
it.
at
That's
both ends.
exactly it is. Everybody's working, and then at night everybody's partying, and then they
Get the minimum
get
requirement
them
of
in
sleep.
and then they go back to work the next day.
Some of them sleep in hotels downtown. Just there.
Crazy says that Korea has an odd society.
Yes, that's true. They do.
It sounds very
It's
intriguing.
very strict,
Yes,
from what I know.
they have a very
Even in
you're
South Korea.
expected to retire at a certain age. And if you don't, it's considered kind of like a social taboo.
Like a faux pas?
Yeah, because
you're
trying to free up a job for somebody else.
Oh, like these baby boomers that I'm teaching how to fucking open an email. What are we doing, buddy? You can't work here no more. You don't know how to type on a typewriter, let alone a goddamn keyboard.
There's definitely things where it's like, I remember the first day I got back from Korea, I went, I was walking to work, and somebody had ripped out some of the flowers from some of the, like, flower pots in the city.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this would never happen in Korea. It's like, nobody would ever touch.
No one would do that.
Nobody would touch these flowers. They would just be sitting in the pot, and people left their bikes outside. Nobody
stole.
That's another thing
property.
too. So like people, you have like organized, like people are leaving their shoes out in places, their jackets, their umbrellas.
And when they come back out, everything is where they left it.
Everything is where it is. Nobody messes with anybody else's stuff. Nobody else is bothering you or talk. Like I said, the subways are silent. Not just
even on the car.
The car itself, everybody is just sitting, and just waiting until they're.
Are there any buskers? Are there any people?
Are there any male?
There's no buskers.
Are there any male Koreans that do the classic man spread? Where they sit.
No, everybody
with their legs wide because they got to leave a lot of room for their giant junk.
Everybody's.
Newspaper or MP3 device or their cell phone.
They're just
all right. Well, that's
quietly.
fine. I can appreciate. That's what I do when I get on a plane. I headphone. I Kindle or I book. I e-book it and I just get into.
It's a game changer.
It was a big,
very
big
interesting.
Change.
How was the food? What was some of the highlights for you there? Because I know you like the food as well.
Great.
Similarly to Japan, they have a certain respect to other people that you don't really find in Western society. I know it's true though. It really is.
They don't sit there. They don't.
I would argue. Here's the problem: we brought people here against their will, and then we also forced people off of their land that were already here when we got here. It's like if you just like kicked open the door to an apartment building, and you brought people with you that didn't want to come, and then the people that were already there, you were like, get out, I live here now. Get out. Well, I'll give you what do you want for the building? It's what do you want?
Here's some disease blankets.
Right, here's some disease blankets. Move.
Way to go, America. Chalk it up into an apartment building.
So I feel like when you have people living in places that they didn't want to live in the first place.
Yeah. It's live. And you're interrupting it. Sorry, there's a young naked man over there. Don't worry about him. We can't see him.
TMI, bro.
I know. Don't worry about it. I don't think you can see him in the camera.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Do you need something?
Fine. Nothing. What? He's fine. He just didn't know what we were doing down there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens. We're just shooting the shit in a green room. Sometimes somebody shows up and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" Yeah.
We have names.
But so, food. I want to know about the food. That's just me, personally.
Yes.
Food.
Not as spicy as I was expecting it to be.
Okay.
But kimchi, how was the quality of the kimchi?
Great.
See?
Love it. The only thing I didn't like was sea cucumber, which is absolutely disgusting.
Oh my god.
Is it just a texture or a flavor?
No. Have you seen what it does underwater?
It comes. I know.
Yeah, it blows a load. Like
I know what it does. I get it.
It's tastes bad and its texture is terrible.
Okay.
Like what? Why?
But it's a thing they like?
It's just something, it's they live right by the ocean, so they eat a ton.
Okay, so that's the proximity to the ocean is like this is harvestable and consumable. It doesn't murder anybody in our sleep, so.
Right. And then they have
it's like the broccoli. It's like the broccoli.
Yeah, it's not good. I would not recommend it to you.
I just don't like the way it reacts underwater.
Yeah.
So now, Kelly. It's okay.
It's and that and the organ meat.
Like tripe? Is that what you mean? Like belly?
Like bone marrow and
see, I like bone marrow.
Sorry.
It's because they have.
We went from sea cucumber to organ meat.
It's that Chinese medicine belief of like, if you eat kidney, it's good for your kidney.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's like some of their hors d'oeuvres were just kidneys.
Testicles, because you're gonna want to have sex really well later.
I tried it. I was like,
Now, did you get to visit any open markets? That's a huge thing. That's way different.
Is after night, these markets just spring up all over the place.
Oh, wow.
So you're walking through.
See, that's the reason why I want to go, just for that aspect of the nightlife alone.
The nightlife is amazing in South Korea. It's just, like I said, it is packed with people, and markets are just springing up all over the place. Food vendors are all over the place. People selling shoes, DVDs, whatever.
Bootleg. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's bootleg.
Did you notice any
They're
different?
not original, high quality.
How were the hotels? Like, where were you staying while you were there?
I was staying in an apartment.
Okay.
And it was nice. It was a nice. I have a complaint about.
Crazy says it's the same with any culture. It's close to you and what's available.
Right.
That's right.
South Koreans really like to drink and party.
Yes, they do.
Oh gosh, wait, they love karaoke, don't they?
Yes.
Yes,
They do.
I've seen documentaries and specials about the whole karaoke industry that is.
It is booming there.
Of course.
If you're not in a bar drinking
And karaokeing.
there's something like.
Well, you rent the room. You rent the room essentially. What's the fun? And then you have a host.
Yeah,
who gets paid a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, they're all working, and then after work.
This is how they cut loose.
Yeah.
So that's what I wonder as just like I wonder what it would be like to be an expat there. That's the thing about it. Like if I were to go live there, would there be anything for me not knowing Korean at all?
Doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. There's no market for like, hey, get your fat ass up on stage and go tell these people
No,
some
you gotta
jokes.
move to one of those countries where they already speak a version of the language that we were raised to understand.
If you did a pizza
And then we gotta
place,
learn all the
though,
nuances.
A pizza place?
Oh my god, you would make a killing with a pizza place there.
But see, isn't there like a lactose intolerance thing that happens
They
with
don't
some
care
people?
about that stuff.
They
don't at all?
will
They'll just
gladly
go
shit their brains out
Okay, all right.
for an opportunity to eat an authentic American pizza.
You would. I've had their pizza.
It's terrible. They don't know what cheese is.
It's not good. It's like, okay.
They're
So,
using bean curds
open
and
market,
shit.
South Korean
Yeah.
American pizza.
Yeah, just doing a slice.
We're coming.
Really?
New York?
Like a to-go slice?
A New York style. Yeah, huge
No, I
pizzas.
want
You
to go
just do
deep
big ones.
dish. Can we do both?
Fuck, no, you can't do both.
Nah, I disagree.
Profit-wise, first of all, Illinois
Well,
is stupid
the
with their
Chicago
profit
style
margin.
deep dish is going to cost more,
The
obviously.
amount of mozzarella alone! What are you talking about? It's like a pound and a half!
It's like 3 or 4 times as much as
Giordano's.
mostly mozzarella.
How are you still in the black? I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me.
What are you talking about? No, they're fine.
Yeah, I know they're fine. I don't know how it's possible, though.
They have Chicagoans who will eat it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And every other person that comes to visit
They
Chicago.
have generously
They get
proportioned
dragged in.
Chicagoans.
Eat
Yeah.
this.
You gotta try this pizza casserole.
Quick, put on this life preserver. You're going in. It's a lot of cheese.
How's your heart feeling today?
Alright, well, here's some nitroglycerin.
Let me warm up.
Exactly.
Here's some aspirin. We're gonna need
Me personally, that's just what
I'm
I
just
like
talking
the
about
most.
let me warm up the adrenaline shot in case we're gonna need it for a heart attack.
Yeah.
Wake up!
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into the gaming part of this,
Yes.
because that's the next part. Let's say goodbye to the podcast end of it, and tell them.
Thanks so
where they
much for staying with us and watching us.
very
I
very
think.
much. Thank
I
you.
hope. Thank you for watching us.
Get a load of Wasuji's channel for sure. You can spell it out for them so they know where to find you.
Oh,
Properly.
WAS
There you go.
UJI.
There it is. That's all you need to know.
Wasuji.
Look them up. We got to get you a mic though, right? You're not micing right now, are you?
I don't.
You have a mic now?
I don't mic because I don't
They
want.
do need that cheese.
Yeah,
mix
you don't
sauce.
want that connection.
I don't like.
Crazy, have you ever had a Chicago style deep dish pizza?
Yes, Crazy's got it.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Excellent.
knows.
Crazy said Panda and I are part of the Not Cool Gaming group.
Oh, okay.
So-
What does that mean?
We are a group who plays games together. So,
You're not cool?
well, that's the name of the
It's
group.
self-imposed.
Yeah.
It's self-imposed, not coolness.
Yeah. So
Disagree.
if you are interested, I can send you a Discord link.
Yeah. Give me the Discord link. Because when I'm on, it's been a rough last couple of weeks, but everything has been purely therapeutic,
Yeah.
gaming-wise. But I want to get on that. I don't have an Oculus, though. We got to play games that I don't have to use an Oculus for.
Yeah. So if I have on my channel a link to the Discord if you're interested.
Sweet.
So
Neat.
There we go.
yeah. I'll do a plug for them. I won't do a plug for my own channel. Because I don't want people watching my streams ever.
What man wants people watching their streams?
Now, why? Here's I have to ask that. I have to ask them. Then why do it? Documentation?
I don't mind if people I know, if they specifically ask.
Like, you want to be able to share with people you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's the strangers that you're like...
Right. Somebody will be like, hey, why don't you stream a game? I'm like, fine. I'll start
I don't ask. I just don't ask.
So one time, Electric Skateboard started hosting, and I had 11 viewers. I was like,
what?
No!
Not Electric Skateboard.
I was like, why did you do this? Now I have to talk to these people. Oh my god. So yeah, but check out Not Cool.
11 viewers is good. That's a commendable thing. You take that every time.
Absolutely.
I guess.
We'll get you to talk eventually. I don't know when.
I do
it's
talk.
not gonna. It's gonna.
You have to,
I know you
have
do.
to cradle them and rock them gently.
You talk to them on the chat.
Wasuji's
It's a very.
my one viewer most of the time. Oh, not even my girlfriend. Oh.
I have to support other people's.
I was gonna say because we had this conversation earlier. Like I've only had a couple of like awesome conversations while streaming, and one of them was definitely with you.
Oh, I understand your name now.
Oh.
I would say at least glad. I mean, girlfriend. No.
Listen, girlfriends are overrated. Don't let anybody get you down. That's right. That's right. You see that huff right there? Well earned. Because it's reciprocal. Oh, she's leaving. She's leaving slowly sinking into the floor. Thank you for listening. Check out the Twitch channel if you'd like to see us live next time we do this. We'll put out some feelers next time for sure. But the podcast is always on Sketchpad. I think it's on Libsyn, but you can find it on whoisjoedegan.com, and then there's links there, so it's super easy that way. I just like to point everyone in one direction,
Sure,
and then you have all the options right there. It just makes it so much easier, because then I only have to say one thing.
Yes.
That's my...
one thing.
And then we're going to come back in just a few minutes here. We're going to kick this off, take a little break, potty break, yada, yada, yada. And then we're going to come back and play some...
like games you're
Oh, what? Oh, no.
You're crazy. So hurtful.
You're crazy, dog. But yes, we're going to be back, and we're going to watch Wasuji here play through some Dragon Crown. So,
Wow.
Get ready for buxom ladies
Oh.
and strapping young lads.
Okay. Yeah, there's
Alrighty.
some generously proportioned
Perfect.
voluptuousness.
Yes. That's been Joe here. This is
Kelly.
Wasuji. Yay! We did it.
Yay!
We actually did a podcast.
We did a thing.
Yeah. So we'll see you in a bit, I guess.
Yes,
Yes.
we'll be right back. I promise.
Pause.